Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea, a channel for marriage-minded men, and you don't hear that very much these days. Today I want to talk about an article from geediting.com, and they're calling it 8 situations in life where a person's true colors come out. So I want to talk about the aspect of knowing what someone is like before you get married, which you can't always do, but what we talk about today in this article from Isabella Chase, who I've referenced before, should provide some help. So please subscribe to Love Beyond the Sea. I've got over 1,900 videos over the last 7 years or so. And I've got a playlist called Just Us, where you can see videos of my wife and I. Now, we got married kind of the opposite of what this article says. I married my wife in less than 8 weeks, 54 days, 10 years ago. That was my choice. I wanted to get married very much and very quickly. I mean, I wasn't expecting to propose to her on day 18 of our online relationship, but that's what I did. And she said yes, and I went down there and made it official, and we got married. So a lot of this I simply have had to learn after marriage, but I'm telling you, it's best to learn before marriage. So keep an eye out for these things, and please leave a comment if you can relate. Number 1, according to her, was times of crisis. You really get to know someone, who they really are, during times of crisis. Would you agree? They say it's the litmus test of character. Time of crisis. They say when life throws curveballs, the mask of social conditioning and pretense falls away. It's in these crucial moments that a person's true colors are revealed. The way someone behaves under pressure, during a crisis, or in the face of adversity can tell you a lot about their real self. Like, are they calm and composed, or do they crumble under stress? Do they step up and take responsibility, or do they look for someone else to blame? Insight into a person's character can be gathered not just from their actions, but also from their reactions. And there's no better situation to observe than this in times of crisis. That is, of course, if you can witness them during these times. And they say, remember, true character is not about being perfect. It's about how you handle your imperfections in the face of adversity. Good statement. So watch closely. When the chips are down, that's when the true colors come out. So again, you may have to just do your best to observe this. And I suppose in some ways, you might be able to observe some of this before you actually meet. Certainly you can ask questions about this, like, how do you handle conflict? Or what was the biggest crisis you faced? And tell me more about that. If you ask questions about these, you might get some good information there too. Number 2, when they're faced with loss. Talking about revealing their true colors. Faced with loss. Loss is a part of life. We lose relationships, opportunities, loved ones, and sometimes even ourselves. It's in these moments of loss that we get to see who we are, or others truly are. And they share personal examples about they lost a close friend of theirs. It was a sudden and devastating event that she says shook her to her core. But also in that moment of loss, that she discovered a strength within her that she never knew existed. They found themselves stepping into roles they never thought that they could fill, supporting others who were grieving, organizing memorial events, and more. They said they realized that loss didn't just mean an end, it could also mean a starting point for growth and self-discovery. And so just a reminder, since I don't want to read everything here, remember how someone handles loss is a clear window into their true character. Perhaps you have seen this yourself, in your life, in others. Number 3, when given power. When given power. It's been said that power doesn't corrupt people, it simply reveals who they truly are. And there's a lot of truth to that. When individuals are placed in positions of authority or given power, their true selves often come to the fore. They can either use this power to serve and uplift others, or to manipulate and to control. You've probably had experience with that. A study conducted at Stanford University, famously known as the Stanford Prison Experiment, demonstrated this concept. Ordinary students were divided into so-called prisoners and guards in a mock prison setting. Within days, the guards began to abuse their power and the prisoners became submissive. This experiment showed how people can change when given power. It's essential to observe how someone behaves when they're handed the reins of control. It can give you a glimpse into their core personality traits, be they benevolent or malevolent. Now, my wife, been here in the country working for about 9 years, maybe close to 9.5, and she's on her second supervisor job in a big business. Contacting me right now, but I need to finish this. Now, it hasn't changed her personality at all. She should be a supervisor, and companies need someone like her with her responsibility and oversight in that role. Hasn't changed her at all. Number 4, true colors are shown when they think no one is watching. You probably heard that saying, character is what you do when no one is watching. It's simply a profound statement that holds a lot of truth. The things people do when they believe they're not being observed can reveal true character. It's in these unguarded moments when there's no audience to impress or judge that people often show their genuine selves. And they conclude this part by saying the way people act when they think they're not under scrutiny can give you a window into their true colors. So pay attention to these moments. They can be incredibly telling. Another one, number 5, true colors are shown when they are asked to make a sacrifice. Sacrifice is a word that holds a lot of weight. It signifies the act of giving up something valued for the sake of something else regarded as more important or worthy. When people are faced with the prospect of making a sacrifice, their true colors often surface. It's in these situations that you see whether they're selfish or selfless, generous or greedy. For instance, would they give up their comfort for the well-being of others? Would they be willing to let go of their dreams so someone else can realize theirs? This is me talking, a key thought here when you're comparing this to being married, where most definitely there will be opportunities to sacrifice. And as a Christian, I believe that is the husband's responsibility. And we're not going to get into that here for lack of time. Number 6, when faced with a failure. Failure is a universal experience. It's something we all face at one point or another. But how we handle failure, that's what truly defines us. They said they remember a time when they were passed over for a promotion that they had worked tirelessly to earn. They felt defeated, demoralized, ready to throw in the towel. But instead of giving up, they chose to use this failure as fuel. And they took an opportunity to learn, grow, and come back stronger. And that's a mature approach. Probably most of us are going to have to go through some failures before we can reach that level of maturity. But well said. Number 7, when they're dealing with success. Just as failure can reveal a person's true colors, so can success. How people handle their victories can say a lot about their character. Do they become arrogant and boastful? Do they remain humble and gracious? Do they use their success to help others, or do they use it to belittle them? Success can act as a magnifying glass, amplifying a person's true qualities for all to see. It can either bring out the best in people or highlight their worst attributes. This is me now. I believe my wife has had a lot of success since being in this country in many ways. And I am not aware that it has gone to her head. I think she's the same person, just has more. She owns more. She's got a car, a job, financial freedom, and that she's got credit cards and can spend money. When it's not extravagant, then we'd have to talk about it. But she makes a lot of money, and I give her a lot of freedom with that, and it's not gone to her head. Last one, when they have the opportunity to help others, and my wife has done a lot of this since she's been here, so I'm very proud of her. The ultimate test of character, as they say, is how people treat those who can do nothing for them in return. When individuals have the chance to assist others without any personal gain, their true colors often shine through. Do they step up and extend a helping hand, or do they turn a blind eye? Do they offer support freely, or do they expect something in return? I'm very proud again of how my wife has handled this, and that's all we have time for. So please leave a comment, get notifications for upcoming videos, and I'd like you to subscribe here to Love Beyond the Sea.